We on.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the 2023 end of year wrap up. Welcome to the Xposure Runs Podcast. Of course, I'm your host, Mustafa. You can now see our producer. He's sitting to my right, your left. My guy, Bo Harris. This is the guy who takes care of all the technicalities, good and bad, when it comes to the podcast. And so I felt it was important. We felt it was important that he joined me side by side so you guys can at least see the gentleman who is responsible for all things podcasts, all things streaming, all things internet that we got going on. So what's up, my guy?
Cool, my boy. How you feeling?
I actually feel pretty good, man. I wanted to jump on. We wanted to jump on. I gotta get out of the habit of saying I. We wanted to jump on and just kind of talk about 6 months worth of things that we have done so far.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it?
Let's talk about it, man.
Okay.
Let's talk about it.
So in 6 months, we've done 38 episodes of the podcast.
Correct.
Correct?
Correct.
We've done 3 high school media days.
Correct.
All female.
Yeah.
Example Academy.
Example, Kenwood.
Kenwood and Whitney Young.
For sure. For sure.
We've done 5 holiday tournaments.
Yeah.
That's 5?
Yeah.
Okay, we did Whitney Young, Thanksgiving. The Chicago Elite Classic.
That was a good time.
We did the Carbondale.
Great time in Carbondale.
Oh, we had a great time down in Carbondale. Shout out to Dan Cross and shout out to Joel.
Dan Cross, Jay Hill.
Jay Hill.
Yeah.
We did the Big Dipper just recently. And then we supported Coach Steve Parham and the Julian Holiday Tournament.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm going to go back to the Chicago Elite Classic real quick because during that time while we interviewed countless coaches and all of those players that was there, what was dope for me was I got an opportunity to interview 2 legacy children of NBA and college superstars.
Yeah.
All right, so we got a chance to interview Kendall Gill's son, Phoenix.
Right, Phoenix.
And Ron Mercer's son, Cam.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty dope.
Yeah, that was pretty dope.
And wait, let me go back a little bit more. We got a chance to interview Chicago Bear legend Charles Peanut Tillman, his daughter, Talia.
Yeah, at Kenwood.
Yeah, at
Kenwood.
That's crazy. That full lineage, full circle moment of interviewing the children of football superstardom and then college superstars, because be clear, Kendall and Ron Mercer were respective superstars at Illinois and Kentucky.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think Kendall was a little bit older. Or was they around the same time in college? No, I think Kendall was a little older.
Kendall's a little older.
But to interview their children, that was pretty dope.
That was dope because I remember going to Red Central and seeing Kendall Gill's Raptors just hanging up.
Yeah.
So I was like, dang, now check this out, man.
That was
circle,
pretty dope.
Man.
Definitely full circle, Mo.
Yeah.
Shout out to HF and Thornton gave us a instant classic. Let me tell you, that game, if there was a high school page or channel, you know how they do like the NBA, there's actually an NBA classic channel on cable.
Yeah.
You can watch all the classic NBA games.
For sure.
If there was a high school version of that game would have been an instant classic.
Most definitely.
So shout out to Thornton and HF. Shout out to JD. I think he's the first 2-time Dipper coach.
Yeah, I saw that.
Champion.
I saw that. Yeah.
He won it with 2
cool.
different
JD.
schools. Shout out to JD. Instant classic with HF and Thornton. Shout out to Mraz. Shout out to Chase. Shout out to Isaiah. Shout out to Coach Streets. His whole staff. Shout out to JD, Mark, Dez, Sumter, their whole staff.
Yeah.
Like that game was
phenomenal.
Nail
biter came down to the wire. You know what I'm saying? Great defense. Man, they had to come out on. Somebody had to come out on top. You know what I'm saying? And how it played out was like a fairy tale.
So let's not kind of play between the. Who was you rooting for?
I ain't gonna lie, I'll root for HF. You know what I'm saying? Mark is the homie. You know what I'm saying? He sit on the board with BBA. You know what I'm saying? So I'd be a fool
to say that you was going
to go with anybody else. You know what I'm saying?
So that's your reason why you was rooting for. So my reason for rooting for HF obviously was number one was Mark as well.
Right.
Mark is the brother. He's a fellow Sagittarian. So Sag just got to stick together. Fuck everything else. Like nothing else in the world matters. Sagittarius. Now, if I find out Coach Ty is a Sagittarius, which I don't think he is, then I got a problem on my hands.
You got to deal with that.
I do have to deal with that. But until I do, Mark is a Sagittarius, so we always stick together. So let me start there. And of course, I have so many ties with a lot of the players on the team. Starting with Gianni.
Likewise.
Obviously, Dez, JD. Just kind of meeting and talking to and having a man-father relationship with Bryce's dad, Mr. Byron. Mm-hmm. So I got some relationships on the team with parents.
Yeah, likewise.
I don't really, other than Morez and his father, I don't really know a lot of the players. And my experience with Coach Streets stems from just me being a Michigan Wolverine fan from back in the day when he played. And I talked to him briefly at a tournament years ago when Zay was still playing.
You know what's funny about that? Because I was really eager to get them on the show before that game. Because I don't want folks to think that we're like one-sided stuff like that. So Thorne, y'all got to get up on here, like for real. Y'all got to get up on here.
We're going to get him on here.
Yeah, for sure.
We're going to get him
on
here. I know.
We're not biased.
Oh, we're definitely not biased.
We're not biased.
I definitely want Coach Streets up here because I want Coach Streets to know, like, my college football fandom of him is strictly that. I mean, it's mostly that, not strictly that. Yeah. I didn't know that Ty Streets was a phenomenal athlete here in Chicago prior to me moving here. I just knew him from Michigan. I was a huge Michigan Wolverine fan to the point of I would have fought you to the death because I thought I was going to Michigan when I was a kid.
Committed.
I was fully committed to the Fab Five, to the university. Like I was committed. I was going to be a football star. Bro, it was so crazy that I used to ask any of my friends in high school that may remember this. I used to sign autographs because I thought I was going to the league. I would sign. That's why my signature is the way that it. I used to practice my signature because I thought I was going to the league.
We gotta get you to Michigan.
Yeah.
We gotta get you to Michigan.
Yeah, I at least want to visit now.
No, we're gonna get you on the court.
And we got one. There is one Philly connection at Michigan right now.
Yeah.
On the coaching staff, Coach Phil Martelli is the former head coach of St. Joe's University.
Okay.
Where Jameer Nelson and Delonte West, and then when they went to the tournament, so he's the head assistant coach for Juwan Howard. So I'm thoroughly interested in going to Michigan just for that reason alone. But anyway, let me continue.
We make stuff happen, man. We speed things out and it just goes, man. So
then we started the podcast. So not so much started the podcast. So then comes the podcast where this guest list that I'm looking at, and you'll see from what y'all looking at, I'm actually looking at my phone while I'm going live on Instagram.
Right.
All right. So I had to write this down because I did not want to forget all of the guests that we had on here.
Right.
This as I'm scrolling and you looking.
Yeah, I see it.
You see it?
I see it.
Okay. All right. So let's start. Let's start with my firstborn. So we started with Xavier,
which was a dope episode. You know what I liked about that episode? It showed not only was it intro to the show, but it was like you had moments in there where you stepped out of the realm of being a coach, an interviewer, a host, and you were just a father. I think a lot of people resonated with that.
I think so too. I got a lot of feedback for that. Yeah. And then, of course, that was before we got this great sign we got.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right. And then the other sign is actually sitting over there on the floor before we got this one. Shout out to Anthony.
Shout out to the old school.
Shout out to the old sign sitting over there on the floor. So we had Xavier on here. That episode was very personal for me. Like you said, it really kind of took me into a different space when I was talking to my son. And I was going to bring him. We were supposed to do this last night.
Right.
And I wasn't really feeling well. He was home for a hot second to bring in the new year with us. I was going to bring him just to kind of make it a full circle moment, but unfortunately not. But shout out to my son, Xavier, freshman at Indiana Tech University. So that was a great episode.
It was.
We followed that up with the Fierce brothers, Jeremiah and Jeremy, and their dad.
All right, now look, check it out. Because we filmed them first, but the next episode that went out was Rob Smith. On the actual schedule.
Okay.
So it went Zay, Rob, then the Fierce. Yeah.
Okay.
But we can talk about the Fierce because that was also
a great episode.
That was also a great episode.
And we got to get them back up here.
Yeah,
shout out to
for
Jeremy.
Sure. Shout out to Jeremy
and Jeremiah and their dad and their mom as well and their little sister.
Yeah, for sure.
And speedy recovery to Jeremy.
Speedy recovery,
we hope you're getting well, my boy. And shout out to Jeremiah holding his big brother down. I'm seeing your messages to your big brother, young fella. Keep that love going. Then we had our first female on the guest. on the show.
Yeah.
As a guest.
Yeah.
Rihanna McDaniel.
It's Brianna.
You know, she is a Kenwood legend.
Yeah.
She's at the University of Maryland.
Going crazy.
She was our first female guest. She came up here. She talked about her experience. She talked about the experience of recruitment, the experience when she was coming back from injury. She talked about the fact that she loved to cook. She named a few things that she get done.
Yeah, we need some plates. Winners, break is here, and we ain't seen you. You know what I'm saying? Thanksgiving, Christmas is past.
That's crazy.
Where you at?
Rihanna. And I just seen that her mom and dad had a nice little shindig for New Year's.
And mom and pop, you know how we rock it. Come on now. Come on.
Shout out to her mom and dad, respective coaches, assistant coaches at Hyde Park and also at Kenwood.
Yes, sir. Yes,
mom is at Hyde Park, dad is at Kenwood. So shout out to them. Then Xavier, we gonna get you up here soon, brother. We gonna get you up here soon. Then we had Quentin Jones up here.
Which was dope.
That was a dope.
He surprised us. Yeah, he surprised us because he came in with his arm all slung up. I
think it was faking, though. I think it was faking. No, shout out to Q. And Q, you're talking about somebody having an impact.
Having a phenomenal year.
He's having a phenomenal freshman
Q going crazy.
Matter of fact, shout out to all, and I'm going to forget something.
His birthday just passed too, right? I think so. Happy belated birthday. I think so. I just saw that. Happy belated birthday.
Shout out to him. Happy belated birthday. I'm going to name a few people that I've been seeing, and I'm going to forget some, so charge it to my head, not my heart. Phenomenal season starting off freshman year for Quentin.
Yep.
Ahmad.
Yep.
Bryce.
Yep.
I can't forget Day. Can't forget Dalen. Who else we got? We got Richard Barron.
Jeremy was going crazy too.
Yeah. You got the young fella out in Denver. Why is his name escaping me right now? DeAndre Craig out in Denver.
For sure.
You got who else? You got Makai Cooper over at Miami of Ohio. You got Caden Space over at Stony Brook.
Okay.
Listen, I got my ESPN app.
Yeah.
Is filtered with all of those, so I get the notifications for everybody.
That's what's
not just the teams.
That's what's up.
But them individually.
Yeah.
So anytime they play, it shows me. It pops up that they playing, and then I get the end, so I can just go to their stats and see what they did for that day. Sometimes they playing, sometimes they not.
Yeah.
Shout out to a couple of the guys that's getting to learn the experience. Xavier being one, he's redshirting this year. You got the young fella from Loyola Marymount. He was at Bolingbrook last year, I believe it was. He played with the Wolves. His name is escaping me right now too. But it's a lot of freshman kids that's making impacts, whether they're playing or not. So shout out to them. We're gonna keep rolling. We had Jeremiah Williams up here.
Oh, for sure, Jay Will. Yeah.
Temple, and he went to Temple, of course. He went to Iowa State.
He gave us some good insight about that transfer portal.
He gave us some great insight. Him and Dante.
Yeah, for sure.
Him and Dante. Then we had, of course, Steve Parham, Julian head coach and Prep Hoops contributing writer.
The homie.
We had head coach. I mean, this was a legend. Mike Irvin.
The homie.
Definitely the homie. Shout out to him, the Smooth. Shout out to Smooth. So we had him up here. Then we had Prep Hoops writer Terry Bahu up here. That caused a little bit of controversy.
But it was still a good interview.
It was a great interview.
It was still a good interview. It's still a good interview.
It was a great interview.
Shout out to Teddy for coming out here, you know what I'm saying?
And holding his own. Shout out to Teddy for that.
Yeah,
Shout out to Teddy for that. He took a little bit of heat for some things he said, and I'm going to be honest, rightfully so. However, he held his own. Things are starting to kind of clear up. He's doing his thing now, and I think he is getting ready to graduate, or he did graduate from college.
Oh, you know what? I haven't followed him, but I think was he in his senior year? We did it over the summer, right?
Yeah, because I think it was in his senior year, and I think he was done the first half of the semester.
Nice.
So if he did graduate, congratulations. If he did not, congratulations when you do. Then we had Bryce up here, Bryce Tillery, who's having a great season at Rogers State. Yeah. Shout out to him and his dad and his mother, Eric and Tanae Tillery. Yeah, and Pops, can't forget Pops, Mr. Statham. Then we had our boy, Jashawn Stevenson, was up here.
Hey man, talk about a kid that's having a good year though.
Yeah, you talking about somebody who's having
talk about a kid that's having a good year. Talk about a kid that check it out, man. He came on here because I see everybody talking about what's the name just did? Carson just did with HF, right? Mm-hmm. So it's kids that come on the show and pretty much predict what kind of year they're having during the summertime.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And he definitely was one of the ones that said he was going to be that guy.
He definitely did.
You know what I'm saying? Breaking records. You know what I'm saying? setting the tone for not only his school and the kids coming under him, but just having a phenomenal year, period. And we've been seeing this kid play since the season started. And it wasn't like it was intentional. He just happened to be
where we were at. So we've seen him play, 3 times now, or 2 times? We saw him in Carbondale.
Saw him in the Classic. No, we didn't see him in the Classic. We got to LA. But he went off. He went off.
So 1.5. Yeah. What's up, Amari? What's going on, young fella? I hear that you having a good season too over there. I think are you at Brooks? I think. No. You're at. I think it is Brooks. Tell me where you at, Amari. But I have been paying attention on Twitter. I have been. It's either Brooks or not Brother Rice. Is it Brother Rice? Brooks, Brother Rice, or what's the other school? Mount Carmel. Phillips. I'm all the way off. I'm all the way off. I knew it was a blue team. I was way off. But I know he been killing.
For sure.
I know he been killing. Shout out to you, young fella. I'm paying attention though. I may have fucked up the school, but I am paying attention. All right, so back to the guest list. We had Coach Rashawn and Rashay. Were head coaches down at St. Rita.
Right.
But now they're assistant coaches over at St. Lawrence.
Right.
They came up. Shout out to them. Then we had the 2-time Dipper winner, Coach Dismukes.
Yeah.
We had Jameer up here.
Another person that came on here that said what they were going to do and are sticking to it right now. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely. So that's Carson, that's Deshaun, and that's Coach Dismukes. They said they was going to do something and they did. Yeah. Okay. Yep. All right. Shout out to them. Then we had Dante Maddox up here. Now let me tell you what I loved about that interview. Is 2 things I love. Actually, a couple things I loved about that interview. First thing is, the way that he, like you said, talked about the transfer portal. I liked how he talked about his dad and his family as a whole.
Love that part.
I love just how he just you could just from me knowing him, he's coming into his own. I know his dad would have been proud. But I just recently, as I'm cleaning out my phone to delete videos to get space back, I run across all of the videos that I had of Dante, Xavier, and Bryce during COVID, where they were working out at my wife's school. There was no gym in this state open but that gym. That's where we had the very first Xposure Runs event at. Where we had Madas, we had JJ, we had Shikachi, Bryce, Day, Xavier, we had Caden, we had, I'm missing somebody. There was a slew of that top talent in that 23 class that was at that first run. And so I'm watching these workouts with Xavier, Bryce, and Dante. Dante's dad was there putting him through workouts. Shout out to Dave Fuller, was putting him through the workout, recipe workouts. He was putting him through a workout, and I was coming, and I couldn't delete them.
You shouldn't.
I'm not.
Yeah, you should.
I'm not. So what I started doing is I was going through the videos and I'm watching them. It's like after they did their little combo moves or their little drill moves, if they missed the shot, then I deleted it.
Okay.
So I needed some space back. Yeah,
it's worth it. You should get you an iCloud or a cloud service, so you know what I'm saying. You can serve.
Yeah, because I don't.
I ain't gonna say iCloud.
Okay.
Google. I'm pretty sure Google does have a cloud.
I'm out of space on there too, so I'm gonna have to get something else.
You gotta relax.
Yeah. I got a lot of shit on my phone. All right, so then we interviewed Coach Al Brooks Sr., Al Jr., and
Another family, because this is a family. They came on here and said what they was gonna do,
and they doing it.
And they doing it.
Yeah, shout out to them.
Doing it. Shout out to them,
Al.
man.
Just
Straight
hit the
up.
1,000-point mark down at Hansberry.
Congratulations.
Ikea is up next. I think Ikea is on pace for 1,000 points and is it steals or 500 steals and or 500 rebounds or something like that. So they doing their thing. They doing their thing. So shout out to them.
Tough.
Then we had, now this was one of my favorite interviews because he's one of the OGs of the basketball community. And since Zay was a shorty, he showed crazy love to Zay. Will come to his games, just really supportive. So shout out to Malcolm Griffin. We had him up here.
Yeah, for sure.
Black Caesar.
For sure. Black Caesar.
He playing overseas.
Yeah. You know what I love about that episode? And no one ever see it, but it's crazy because how when we have guests on here, we do a lot of like pre-recording and stuff like that. And sometimes we don't usually start at the start time because we done had a conversation that was like, we can't put out. You know what I'm saying? Right, and the conversation we had before that, bro, it was hilarious, bro.
True,
hilarious, bro. And he's a good dude, family man and everything.
Facts on that.
So shout out to Black Caesar.
Now, and then after that, we had one of my favorite episodes, which was my favorite because you talk about legends of this city when it comes to basketball.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not from here, as everybody knows, and I know I always say that. And Cortez always tells me, man, you got to stop saying that because you're here now. But it is what it is. But when you talk about this next guest, I mean, when you talk about legends of hoops, the culture of basketball in Chicago, like Ronnie Fields is like,
bro,
if he ain't in the top conversation, he ain't in the bottom 5.
Man.
So he's either number 1 or number 5 or somewhere in between.
And that was like a fireside chat. We could have sat for hours.
Yeah, we definitely
We could have sat for hours chopping it up with Buddy.
So, so shout out to my guy. Damn, why is his name escaping me right now? Marlon London.
Oh, he set that up. Yeah.
He is now one of the assistant coaches up at EIU. So shout out to Marlon. He's like, yo, you should try to get Ronnie Fields on the show. I'm like, man, I've tried. He ain't going. He's like, man, just call him and hit him up. So I was like, okay. And he was like, yeah, sure. And I'm saying this in the voice that I prior to, because his voice deep as hell. But he was like, okay, I'll go up there.
Super deep.
So shout out to Ronnie Fields. Super deep. Then we had Ty Slaughter and Rob Smith on again,
which was super fun.
Yo, let me tell y'all something. I'm being so serious, but yet so trying to be so funny. When you get to a certain age of their stature, and whoever you call your best friend, and you can't have the relationship that they have, that's not your best friend.
It ain't real. It ain't real.
That's not your friend.
It ain't real.
So it surprised me because I know all about the op culture and all, and they are like the very definition of basketball ops.
For sure.
The very definition. Sure. When you think about head coaches in basketball, and they would put you in the mindset of like they do not like each other.
Yeah, the way they go at it.
Absolutely, they are like best. Not like they like best friends.
Yeah, they are best. Man, I learned so much from watching them. Not only at the interview, but watching them at the Classic. It was like,
that shit was
you know
funny.
what I'm saying, like
two OGs.
Seeing two homies come together that's supposed to be rivals because they're masters at their art. You know what I'm saying?
They should do a documentary on them.
They should, because like I learned so much just by observing them two cats. You know what I'm saying? Like they
definitely shout out to them. Then we had my guy, or another one of our guys actually, Shahid Solibo.
The homie.
Shout out to Shahid. He going crazy. He's having a good year too. And shout out to Coach from Lane Tech. He's been getting after me positively, of course, but he wants to come down to a game. And
outstanding.
So we definitely got to make that
outstanding.
happen.
We got to do that. Support my boy. I liked how his because this parents hollered at us at the Classic, and we're getting a lot of love from the parents. So shout out to all the parents and the kids we're interviewing, man.
Shout out to them. Shout out to them. Actually, all of the parents. So much so, the most recent one, when we interviewed Samar.
Okay.
His dad, Sammy, reached out to me. Like, he texted me out the clear blue, which I welcome. And he was just very, like, supportive and very, like, appreciative of the interview, seeing his son in that light. Mm-hmm. I mean, you're a father too, but I can speak as a father. Like, when you are having your child speak first of all, speak of you or speak about you, and then I get like this when when I know or see Zay talking to Bryce's dad, Eric.
Yeah.
Right. Eric is one of them guys where when I'm watching Xavier talk to him, like I just get like this feeling of proudness and like almost brought to tears almost, because I know the type of person that Eric is. Yeah. And I trust Xavier. I trust Eric with Xavier's life. Like that's how much.
As you should. Eric is good dude.
Like it's not a lot of people in that circle. So like when Sammy reached out to me and was like how much he appreciated the episode, and like he really appreciated me inviting Samara to the showcase and just interview him on the platform, like. It really kind of sat him down a little bit, just kind of like, I like hearing stuff like that.
Oh, that's what's up,
man. The text he sent me was really, really dope. Like, and I like that type of shit. Yeah. That's what I do it for.
It's letting us know we're doing our job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For sure.
I love that. So shout out to them. Next episode we had was Shot Prep Academy. We had Mike Jones, Tristan Ford, and we had Jada Miles up here.
That was right before the event, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
It was right before their event, the ground session event. Yeah. So we had them up here. That was a great episode. Actually, truth be told, that was a redo because we had them up here prior, and something
technical issues with the footage.
And shout out to them for being available to reshoot it.
Yeah.
So they
came down with Well, they brought Jalen with them, right?
Yeah. Well, that time they brought Jalen. The first time it was just Mike and Trisha. Yeah, so shout out to them. Then we had the 8th grade phenom.
D-Hawk.
We had Darius Hawk and D-Hawk on here. And
I saw him at the HF game.
Yeah, I saw him too.
Yeah.
I saw him too with his little crowd, his little homie.
Hey, he was mad.
And I saw the little shorties was like, I saw the little shorties like talking to each other.
Hey, buddy.
You know, they pointing.
Hey, buddy, the man.
Yeah. Darius is the man. Yeah, so like shout out to his mom, Cheryl, and Tommy for giving us an opportunity to talk to him. Shout out to them. Then we had the ground session event, which was a huge event.
Super huge.
We had teams from Canada, teams from Florida, teams from here.
Was it Atlanta? No, he was from Atlanta. They went in Atlanta.
Was it? But so it was Florida, Canada,
and here. Yeah.
It was one other city too.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's got to be something else. I know one kid was from Georgia, but he was also from Chicago.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, he was because his family was here.
Right,
big fella.
Yeah.
All right, so then after that
we met Scottie Pippen there too.
Oh yeah, we definitely
We're not going to look over that.
Yeah, we're not going to look over.
We're not going to look over.
Who, by the way, now everybody that knows me knows that Scottie Pippen is my all-time favorite NBA player. Like I'm not a Jordan fan. I recognize Jordan's greatness. I understand Jordan is Chicago, whatever. But when I was coming up and watching the NBA and understood basketball, Scottie Pippen was my favorite player of all time. So for me to get a chance to meet my all-time NBA player was, and it was twice.
Yeah,
we got invited to because the first time he took the picture with me, he was like, "Come on, man."
Yeah. No, he hit me with at the gym.
He hit me with the shorties was like hitting him up. He kind of treated me like a fanboy a little bit.
Yeah, that's why I played cool. Like, oh, Scotty in here. I can look at Scotty's face. Man, Scotty got a lot going on. I'm gonna cool out.
He's one of the supporters and backers of the Shot Prep Academy. But I wasn't passing up the opportunity, and that was before I even knew that we was gonna get invited to the breakfast. So I couldn't pass up that opportunity.
I did at the breakfast. I wasn't at the gym. I was like, we here for 3 days. He's gonna probably show up again. This is just my man thinking.
I didn't think
you know what I'm saying?
I didn't think that
because
at all.
Him and coaches, like, they aces. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they are aces. They are like best friends. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I didn't want to miss that opportunity.
So I'm like, all right, well, we see him at the breakfast. This is my time.
Yeah. So I got 2 of them boys.
I got to holler.
I got 2 of them boys. So shout out to Scottie Pippen for that.
Shout out Scotty.
So then after that event, we had Coach Andre Lewis from Kenwood, fiery guy.
Which was dope.
Which was a dope episode.
You know what I like about Dre, man? Dre is he's just a cool dude all around. His demeanor is super cool. Like is laid back, but when it's game time, it's go time. For real.
I can see. And I'm saying this with probably being the king of the assholes. Dre an asshole on the court. That's fine. That's fine. That is fine. I'll own that. I'm speaking from someone who is
for sure.
an asshole.
Yeah.
Assholes can recognize.
I'm in that category as well, bro. I'm let you know.
I can look at somebody like, he's an asshole. That's Dre.
How the girl describe him, like, he ain't nothing to play with.
They didn't want to say that.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's our guy though. That's our guy. So shout out to Dre on that. Somebody just asked, how do I sign up for the Exposure Camp? All right, so I don't have a camp per se. The Exposure Runs events that I do are invite only. DM me your information, and I will let you know our next event, which is a senior event for seniors only. But the next Chi-Town Showcase, which is next October, which should I go ahead and say it?
What?
It is definitely the start of the...
you can say that. We can say that. Because other people have said it before we said it.
All right. The Chi-Town Showcase is the official start to the high school season. So our next event is next October.
But please keep in mind, we got a lot of things cooking.
Oh, we do.
Under the act. So please stay tuned.
Yeah.
Please be watching. We're going to hit y'all with a lot of big news coming up for
so
sure.
you got to be paying attention. You don't want to miss your opportunity.
Yeah.
All right. So then we had, after that... So you can't have Kenwood without having Whitney Young.
Can't do that.
You can't do that.
Can't do that.
So we had Chrissy up here. Then we found out that Chrissy owns a restaurant, one of the best soul food restaurants, Cleo's Creations.
Shout out to Cleo.
Shout out to Cleo's. By the way, Cleo's, we got space for you on the board.
We're waiting.
We're waiting. We're patient. We're patiently waiting to get you up here. But we had her on the show. Actually, we went to them.
We went to them and Kenwood the same weekend.
We sure did.
Yeah.
We sure. I'm surprised that they didn't try to beat us up. Yeah.
That was a wild weekend too.
Yeah, that was a wild weekend
too.
Shout out to Chrissy Harper, her staff, and we were there to watch our girl get her 1,000th point.
Shout out to Destiny. Yes, sir.
And then we had her, Coach Barry.
Shout out
on the show.
Shout out to Example. Shout out to Coach Gray. Shout out to Example Academy.
Shout out to Example Academy.
My girls over there.
We had some. Damn,
Bro, we.
All right, hold on. Let me finish this list. Let me finish.
We weren't playing.
We had Coach LaShawn Scooter Nichols, the head coach of Prairie Hills.
Shout out to another person out there talking how he was gonna do what he's doing.
Yeah.
And he's doing it.
And at the time, he was now. If anyone's on Instagram that knows this answer, let me know. But at the time, he was like 35-0. I don't think he's lost yet. So by this time, he should be about
him losing.
39, maybe 40-0.
He should be about 40-0 at this point.
So let me know if Prairie Hills has lost yet. I don't think so. But his star guard obviously being D-Hawk.
Shout out to Hawk, man.
Shout out to the Hawk. Then we have Mark and Dez up here, the freshman coaches for HF. And I just saw this the other day. Not only did the varsity team.
Oh, yeah. They got busy. They got busy out there. Yeah.
Got busy.
Yeah, the whole program.
So the varsity team won the Dipper. And then the sophomore and freshman teams won their respective tournaments.
Yeah, they was at 167, right?
One of the teams, I think the sophomore team was.
Yeah.
And then the freshman teams was at another tournament, I forget where, but they had a clean sweep of the holiday Christmas tournament season. What's up, Fabian?
Phenomenal program they got going on out there, man.
Coach Daz was good, bro.
Coach Daz, what's happening? We see.
Yeah, we see y'all. We paying attention, bro. We paying attention. Clean sweep for them. And shout out to Fabian, the assistant coach over at Marion. I went over to the Marion Marist game, they gave Marist their first loss.
Yeah,
and I was able to interview some of their players. So shout out to the support.
And you know what? It was crazy because we're talking about interviews that we did in the studio. We're not even talking about the interviews that we did at the in-game videos.
I'm skipping ahead.
Oh, okay.
I'm skipping.
I gotta relax. I
saw Fabian.
I gotta relax.
Coach Dan said the freshman team is undefeated too. I mean, flex your shit.
All right, talk your talk.
Flex your shit.
Talk your talk.
Flex your shit.
Talk your talk. Fuck it.
What's up, B. Smith? All right, so from there, then we had after Mark and Dez, we had Larry Daniels. He is a Chicago community coach advocate. Yep. He got a big showcase coming up. Hoop hard or get off the court.
Yeah.
He had the showcase down at 167, which is where we met a lot of the those 8th graders and freshman phenom. Yep. You got Ethan Vall. You got Roosevelt. You got who else did we meet? D-Hawk.
I wasn't there. I ain't gonna tell you who I met. I wasn't there.
Oh, you wasn't there?
No, you didn't call me. You didn't call me.
Okay.
You didn't call me.
Okay, that's my bad.
Yeah.
It was something that was set up by Ryan, and I got pulled in.
No. We ain't gotta go there. We ain't gotta go there. Because I ain't gonna tell you how I found out about it. I'll be saying I just found out. I'm scrolling how I'm scrolling. Okay. I'm probably gonna post some episodes.
Okay.
Let me see what's going on in the stories. Check out the stats because that's what I do. I check out the stats, see what the people are saying. And I see my boy out wearing the Griffies at the gym. I say,
damn, you got my whole fit.
I say, damn, yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
Okay.
That's crazy.
There go Will right there.
That's crazy. What's up, B. Smith? What's up, bro?
But it wasn't no big deal, man.
I see my guy on here, right? Let me tell you real quick. I shouldn't say when we met. We got an opportunity to interview Brianna because of him.
Okay.
The relationship was cultivated because he invited me to an event that he had down at Mount Carmel.
Okay.
It was a girl event, which was phenomenal, and she was hurt. And here's the crazy thing, and he ain't gonna say this, but I'm gonna say this shit. So he asked me to come down. He tasked me with coming down. He asked me to do an interview. This is where I really got the idea to do a podcast from.
Okay.
He asked me to interview Brianna.
Okay.
And so I did. I interviewed Brianna, and it was a phenomenal interview. And somehow the footage got fucking lost. So
it happens, bro.
No. But it's not his. So again, he ain't gonna say this.
Yeah.
But whoever he tasked or hired or got to do that footage somehow either lost it or they won't give it to him. And it was a great interview.
People, man.
And that was the first time I met Brianna and her mom. Yeah. And she was very, and the mom being, she was very protective of Brianna, as she should have been.
As she should.
And when she kind of like, after I talked to her, and she kind of let her guard down, and she's like, yeah, sure, you can interview her. And it was right there when I interviewed her and loved the interview. That's how I first met Brianna and her mom.
Okay.
So shout out to my guy, B. Smith, for that.
That's what's up. Shout out.
And he said, we know who has it. You just give me the word and I'll fuck him up. And we get that footage, bro. All right. So then from there, after Larry Daniels, we interviewed. Now, this was a big interview for us because we got.
Oh, yes, sir.
And we almost missed it.
Almost. That's on me.
No.
I'll take that.
Okay.
I'll take that.
We almost missed that.
So,
someone from who? No, not from.
It was Eric.
It was Eric.
Eric
is a he's like a what's the?
I'm not gonna say he's assistant, but I know they're on the same team.
No. He don't even work for Game Changer. Eric is like he's like a publicist.
Right.
He's a publicist.
Right.
So this is what happened. Eric reached out to us. He's a publicist who Game Changer and Dick's Sporting Good hired because they wanted to talk to someone in the high school basketball podcast realm. They Googled high school basketball podcast and our shit came up.
As it fucking should.
And Eric, the publicist, emailed Bo and reached out and said, hey, so Bo just forwarded me the email. You didn't even say, hey, check this out.
No. I already knew what it was. Because like I said, I was doing analytics, all the stuff I be doing.
Right.
In my mode. I didn't respond to this. Moo got to see this because I know it's on. You know what I'm saying? So boom, sent it over and it was on.
And the vice president of Game Changer, the app that everyone is very familiar with, and Dick's Sporting Goods, Samir Ahuja, we interviewed him, which was a great interview.
Which was dope. I learned a lot from that interview.
Yeah, it was a great interview.
I learned a lot
it was a great, and to me, I consider that like our first, I won't say professional interview because I feel like all of the interviews has been professional, but it was like our first, like, on the other side.
Yeah, because it's not necessarily, when you think of sports, it's a two-sided coin. You know what I'm saying? You got the athletes, you got the upper management. You know what I'm saying? Right. Now we're hitting both sides of that coin. It was you know what I'm saying? So it was like, that's what's up.
Shout out to Samir for that.
Shout out to Samir, man.
So after Samir, then we had Coach Lou Adams and Coach Mark Lester, Russ, Rich Township coaches. So shout out to all of their coaches.
Dope interview too.
Shout out to Rich Township as a whole, the school district, the team, all of the coaches. Shout out to Steve Diversity. Shout out to Shank, Dr. Thomas up there. Yep. All of them were very welcoming to all of us. Shay, like everybody, they were all welcoming to us while we covered the Big Dipper, the staff up there, the security, the ladies that were also security. There was only one person there, actually two people there. So the one person, I don't even know her name. It was a woman who she gave Ty hell.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
she gave Ty hell, and it was real crazy how that whole situation panned out. The one lady told Ty he can go to his car. I mean, first of all, it's Ty Street. First of all, like, if you don't know basketball, male or female, y'all should and I a lot of it I don't know. I had to get out there and like kind of learn myself. But Ty Streets is like, if you don't know nobody in this state, in this city, Mike Irvin, Nick Irvin, Ty Streets, Lou Adams,
Ty
Slaughter. And the coach from down, what's his name? His son just won a tournament. Oh gosh, dark skinned brother. He runs a tournament out of Bolingbrook too. What is his name? He is I think he's an Adidas affiliate coach.
I'm thinking Mike Arlo, but I know that's not it.
That is it.
Okay, cool.
That is it. Right, and cool. Coach Mike Arlo.
Right, cool.
Those are coaches that you really should know. Whether you male, female, know basketball or not, you should kind of know them.
Yeah, for sure.
And this is all due respect to all the other coaches, but those coaches you should know. And Ty's at the top of that list. And so the lady was coming in, and she got real frisky, real fly. And then the second at Parham's event, one of the security down there almost got into it with a female. Word. The last fucking day, I'm coming in. It was
you
somebody.
Ain't say nothing about this.
I told Parham, and actually Parham saw it. He saw it.
Oh, okay.
He saw it.
Okay.
A little. And she was a little cutie. She was a little cutie. Had glasses on, a little cute. And the whole time, I'm thinking like she was, kind of like cool with what we had going on. So the last day, I'm coming in that door on the other side of the gym. Somebody else came in. I didn't know she was standing there.
Okay.
And so I'm like trying to catch the door before it closed because otherwise I would have had to walk all the way back, not knowing she's standing there. So I went and grabbed the door. And she like, you ain't got to grab the fucking door like that. I said, what? I was like, well, first of all, because I almost called her a bitch.
I already know. I know how you get at
it. Oh yeah. It
doesn't take long.
So I go, my bad. I didn't know you were standing there. I apologize. But I didn't know you were standing there.
Right.
Like 99.9% of black females are. She had to keep that shit going. Well, you ain't got to, like I said, you ain't got to. I said, well, first of all, you can calm the fuck down. Like,
all this happened.
I had already apologized.
No, this happened at the game.
This happened at the fucking game. When I ran
Before
out
you came in.
No.
Oh, when you walked out.
Remember, I had to go get my battery.
Yeah. So it's all during, was it halftime or something like that? Yeah.
So I had already apologized. Like, my bad, I didn't know you were standing there. And she kept, and then after I apologized, I go to walk away. Yeah, but like I said, you ain't have to grab the door like that. I said, bitch, you can calm the fuck down.
Yeah, I remember the stuff that was going on with Ty at Township. And she didn't want to stop. She didn't want to stop. She didn't want to stop.
And she was black.
Yeah. So shout out to security doing their job, securing the tournaments.
Yeah, Parham said I was there. She was having a bad day. I hear you, Paul.
What else, Steve?
I hear you. I hear you, but I ain't trying to hear that shit. I ain't trying to hear that shit.
You gotta tell her relax, huh? You gotta tell her relax.
I'm like, yo, you calm the fuck. I told her calm the fuck down. Yo, the worst thing you could tell a black person to do is calm down.
Yeah, for sure.
I was like, yo, you can calm the fuck down with that shit.
Sure.
So all right, so that was that. that was that. All right, so then let's talk about the countless pre and post game interviews we did at Carbondale. We interviewed all the coaches down there.
Man.
We interviewed Davion Thompson. We interviewed BJ Powell. We interviewed Jackson Davis. We interviewed Trell Holland from Recruit Look Hoops.
What's up, Trell?
What's up, Trell?
What's up, Trell?
Who else we get? We got Carson. We got Samir.
Yep.
We got Bryce.
Yep.
We got Coach Jawan from over at Crete.
Yep. Hold on, let me get the ladies that we did. We did some of the ladies too. Hold on.
Oh yeah, we did get some of the ladies. What's the young ladies from Hyde Park?
Who be from Hyde Park?
I remember I went to the Hyde Park game and I got them.
Oh, yeah.
It was 2 or 3 young ladies I got from them. Their names escape me.
Then forgive me.
Damn. Who else? We got the kid. No, she definitely didn't smack me. Calm down, Tyree. You see how I'm telling another black person?
You see how that go?
She definitely didn't smack me.
That's crazy.
She definitely didn't smack me.
Starting rumors. You got to relax.
First of all, he would have heard about it. He'd have probably been the second person to heard about it because the first would have been Celeste.
Yeah, for sure.
So Tyree would have been the second. And then that girl would have got beat the fuck up. Yeah. So she definitely didn't smack me. So
we didn't get violent. We don't do violence at tournaments. We're there to cover. Yeah,
she definitely didn't smack
so we had from Naperville Central, we had Adriana and Erin.
Yes.
Erin was talking big smack too. She had like 36 that game.
She did.
Yeah.
And what's the young lady that we spoke to that said that she don't even want to play college basketball?
Adriana?
Yeah. She said she wanted to be a dentist.
Yeah.
I think she said she wanted to be a dentist. So yeah,
we had Amaya from Thornton.
Shout out to my guy Levon. Talk about he got it under control. Don't go whoop nobody. Tell us Celeste. Shout out to my guy. We coming to your school next, bro. He doing this thing down there too. That's my guy Levante. He doing this thing over at what school is he at? He's at one of the Noble schools.
Okay.
He's coaching at one of the Noble schools. Actually, their next big game is against Hansberry.
Oh. Check that out.
Yeah, so
we might feed 2 birds with 1 piece of bread with that one. Put on the date.
We've been negotiating a little bit to get us down there to cover that.
Yeah, depending on the date,
Yeah, actually, I got the date in my Facebook inbox, so we can talk about that after that.
All right, for sure.
Yeah, that's my guy right there. So what else we got? We had the Chi-Town Showcase in October.
We did.
We had the BBA event prior.
That was September.
Yeah. So September we had the BB, the Crown of Queens.
Crown of Queens.
Shout out to you and Mark for that.
Yeah.
And your wife as well.
Yeah, shout out to the whole BBA team. Shannon, Mark, Terrell.
Don't forget nobody.
And me. I got to shout out to me.
You shout out to you.
We a small team, but we doing mighty things.
Okay.
We got more people that's what we gonna put on and get involved. Shout out to Barry and all the players at example, the parents at example. I just talked to Wintrust over the weekend, so we get ready to secure a date. And it's up. So more teams, you know what I'm saying? Let's have a good time. Let's make this a real good thing. Okay. Continue going.
So the Hansberry and the Noble. What school you at again, Vontae? I know it's a Noble school, but they play January 15th, which I think we already booked for something for that. But
what's that date?
That's a Monday. The 15th is a Monday.
I can check the calendar right now. We live. We can do it all though. Oh, yeah. We live. We can do it all. Ain't the issue.
We do put our shit on the calendar.
Ain't the issue.
We do put our shit on the calendar.
All right. It's like January 15th.
January 15th.
That's a Monday.
We
ain't got nothing going on right now.
So when does that event with that I just sent you? I didn't put it on the calendar.
That was the 13th. That's with Larry.
Yeah.
That's the 13th.
All right, cool. All right, let's iron out these details, Vontae. And then January 9th. What date is that on? What date is January 9th? Because that's a
Sunday.
That's a Sunday?
No, that's a Tuesday. I'm sorry, that's a
Next
Tuesday.
We might have to. So Hansberry and Johnson Prep. Johnson Prep got that kid. What is his name? TJ. Is his name TJ? Terrence something. He just was dominating that Parm's Christmas event.
Oh, for sure. I know what you're talking about.
Parm said they beat Hansberry already.
What?
So I guess they playing again.
Okay.
I want to be. Somebody just asked me if we're gonna be at the CPS CCL showcase coming up at Lane Tech. TJ Seals is his name. I want to be at that event. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to be there. I would love to be. I would love to be at that event. We're gonna try to work it out. At the moment, Johnson's our next big game when we can lock in the first place for the conference. All right, I'm gonna hit you up on the ride home, Vontae. But TJ Seals.
Okay.
I watched this kid play. Now, according to Parm, and I believe him because he kind of put the state on notice about Al last year.
Yeah.
And so this TJ Seals kid is the next Al Brooks.
Okay.
He was a man among boys at his event. I watched this kid. He was literally bored playing. Now I'm gonna say this, and this thought is not the thought of Steve Parham, Julian Holiday. I have my own thoughts and my own opinions that shit. Okay? For sure. So let me preface this by what I'm going to say.
Do you
Some of them fucking coaches do not know what the fuck they doing. And
I'm gonna let you have that.
It's rant time. It's fucking rant time. It's rant time. Some of those coaches do not know what the fuck they doing, bro. I watched a game where a team was up like 20, and and I think they was playing Finger. They let Finger come back. No timeouts called. No stopping of the runs. No coaching strategy. They just be over there standing on the fucking sideline with school gear on. They don't know what the fuck they doing.
That's tough. Now that's tough.
That shit was annoying to watch, bro.
That's tough. Because you got timeouts. Better use them joints.
You can't take them. You know what I'm saying? Gold coins. You can't take them bitches.
You can't take them home. Use them all up.
But shout out to the team that did. That did win the Julian Holiday Classic. That was,
Urban Prep.
They got two. Actually, they had a lot of good players, but the two players that we met, shout out to them two young men. They did a phenomenal job. Their coach did a phenomenal job. Stephen Thorpe is the coach's name. And then the other kid, Jakari Dismukes. He won MVP.
So I was seeing it. I was like, I wonder if they related.
I wonder if they related too. I think I did ask. I don't remember the answer. But they beat who did they beat?
Richards.
Was it Richards in the championship game?
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
It was.
Shout out to that coach over at Richards, Chicago Richards Career Academy. They did a phenomenal
job.
And he's at Butler. All right, my bad, bro. Shout out Parham. He put on a great event. I would love to see some more teams join some higher. I don't know what's the word I want to use, ranking or higher some more known teams come that's not in tournaments that come join Parham.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
for sure.
You know, some of these teams that was over there, great that they got an opportunity to play in the holiday tournament, as all these teams, but there were some teams that didn't play at all that are a little bit more. That should be somewhere.
That should be somewhere during the holiday tournament.
Like, come fuck with Parham.
Yeah.
Come fuck with Parham.
Sure.
So I'd love to see that. We will definitely be there for all of his tournaments, trying to help support that as much as possible.
Indeed.
All of those kids were very appreciative of just the platform that we provided for them.
Yeah.
Some didn't even know about the platform, so that was always a big thing. Like, one of Parham's assistant coaches was like, as he was walking TJ, over to the to get the post game interview, he says, "You never heard of Xposure Runs?" He said, "Nah." He's like, "Nah, man, you should." And so I told him, I said, it's no problem that you know. Now, I didn't put TJ's interview out.
Okay.
And there was a reason why I didn't. And Parham probably not going to want me to say why, but I'm going to say why.
Okay.
When I interviewed him.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, for sure. And he's a great kid. He was a great kid. He was a great kid. Yeah.
When I interviewed the shorty, like, you know, I as of right now, no one knows who he is. And that's going to change when Parham puts his
review out.
His review out.
His write-up.
His write-up out. And the shorty has said something that could rub people the wrong way.
Yeah. Especially in the position he's in.
In the accelerated position that he's in.
Yeah.
It was another kid that I didn't put his interview
Word. Same shit?
Same shit. From the classic. Now, this kid is more known.
Okay.
And they lost, and he was a little frustrated after the loss. Yeah. And he had said something that I actually talked to his coach. Like, so his coach had reached out to me about something totally different.
Okay.
And I said, "Can you call me? I want to talk to you about something." And so I shared with him that I did interview his player. I thanked him for allowing me to do so. And I told him, I said, "Well, I have an interview with your player that I don't want to put out. I'm going to share it with you. You tell me what you think." And so for TJ and for this other player, I didn't put their interviews out because both interviews were great up until that one little moment. And I didn't want that lasting impression to be, I'm not about trying to put them out there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, other than me mentioning this now, and it was nothing crazy. It was nothing like that.
It's never nothing bad. It's never nothing like,
crazy, but I didn't want somebody to see that and like put a negative stigma on either one of them for different reasons, but for the same reason, which could effectively affect their recruitment.
Yeah, and I've had to do that in interviews as well in the studio. See, you got to understand, student athletes, we're here for y'all. So we want to protect y'all images as y'all continuously growing your brand, getting ready to go to college. You know, we don't want to have y'all out there looking crazy because we understand how the internet works. So
they can pull
that up and it's a problem.
It's a problem.
It's a problem. So we got y'all best interests at heart.
Yeah, so I'm never going to put y'all out there. I'm never going to have y'all no gotcha shit. And most of our stuff, particularly at the games, is pre-recorded. Like we're able to edit stuff out or just not use it at all. And so that's what I did with those particular two players, and that's always going to be the case. So Parham said he didn't know, and I know he didn't know. I know we talked about Parham, and so I just wanted to kind of like just say that just as a learning tool, and just kind of in case he is wondering why I didn't. That was the reason why. Yeah, he a great kid.
He is.
And honestly, after Parham's write up, and after maybe he plays against some better teams, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if the team he plays on will ever have an opportunity to play better teams, but he might.
Well, we got some showcases coming up. We got some things coming up. He might be involved there.
I see. Vontae said he played with him in the springtime, and this kid, I don't know if he's gonna play with you again, Vontae, in this upcoming spring, but he's trajecting, bro. So it's gonna be a lot of people on this kid really soon, and honestly. I don't know how much longer he even gonna be at that school. Like, if anybody's paying attention to this, or anybody that will pay attention to what Parham is gonna say,
check it out.
Yeah, y'all better check this kid out.
Check it out.
Y'all better check this kid out. Like, for real. Like, he decent. He is fucking decent. So, Book, I'm always, I'm gonna definitely follow up, and I'm always gonna respect the kids and protect them at all costs. So. But anyway, like this kid is trajecting. So like I want to see big things from him. And so we had that. And then we coming to the end. I just kind of this will be his first spring. Oh, you're saying he's gonna play with you this spring?
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Nah, but okay. All right, but look though, because we come across a lot of our student athletes that get on here, and they're always speaking how this is like a learning experience for them for like media trading. That's another reason why we do what we do, how we do it. We don't want to make these kids look bad as they're learning. Because as we're learning, they're learning, and you know what I'm saying, we're protecting everybody at this point. Yeah. So
I don't know about you, but I don't have no degree in this media.
No, I got a degree in. No, me and you did the same thing in college. Me and you did the same thing. We did the same thing.
So I'm actually, in order to get better at some of the things that I notice when I'm watching, I say a lot.
Yeah.
I pause a lot.
Yeah.
I try to remember things without writing them down. I'm not very successful at doing that a lot of times.
Yeah.
That's why when y'all see me doing interviews, I type out my questions. I'll have 3x5 cards. I'll have stuff that I want to ask, but I know I'm not going to remember in the moment. Mm-hmm. And then sometimes when I write the questions down, when they respond, it'll spawn another question that I either thought about or may spawn in the moment. So I do want to perfect that. So I'm I am going to try to go back to school.
Just join Toastmasters, bro.
Huh?
Just join Toastmasters.
What's that?
Toastmasters is a public speaking leadership organization that deals with public speaking. It opposed to you paying so much for a course. You can do this in a setting where not only are you either debating or you're getting challenged to speak on different things that you're not usually comfortable speaking with, but you can do it at your own pace. You can hear other speakers, learn from them. They have speech contests. They have it where you can learn how to speak off the cuss. So they just give you a topic and you got to speak for 2 or 3 minutes without saying and things of that nature, full of words that make you aware of it. I've been in it for a while, and I've actually want to reach out to talk to them about becoming a sponsor of what we do, because over the last month, I just keep hearing kids say, "You're media training us, you're teaching us." So I was like, "Oh, if y'all want to learn it, we can put y'all in the program." You know, saying to help y'all out as well.
So I'm open to that.
Okay.
So to be crystal clear, I'm definitely open to that. I'm thinking more along the lines of, and that could be in addition to.
Yeah.
I'm thinking more along the lines of doing something where it also is, I'm completing my degree as well.
Oh, right? You want the diplomat?
I want the. You know what I'm saying? I've been pushing
I dig it.
For so long. My son is in college now.
Yeah.
I have not done a lot of things where I didn't. What's the word I'm looking for? Where I didn't. I shouldn't say where I didn't. Well, I try to lead by example. So if I want Xavier to do something, like I try to do it.
Yeah, for sure.
And if then if I do it and fail, at least I know how to guide him when he's approaching that threshold. That threshold of where he want to quit. Yeah. Where he don't want to do it. So I want to finish college.
That's real.
And so like I feel like I'm killing like 2 or 3 birds with one stone. So I'm still open to Toastmasters, but I want to kill 2 or 3 birds with one stone. I want to finish my degree. I want to kind of like learn more about the media communications type thing. Yeah. If I'm going to take this serious, and I think we have a great platform, and why not try to better it by bettering myself?
For sure.
That's my thought.
No, you ain't wrong. I've thought about taking a few courses as well, but not necessarily in college, but I'm always looking at all options at all times just to make sure that this always continuously gets better.
And I know about the whole monotony of college, wasting the money. And
We had that part. We did that already.
I did it already.
Yeah, we did that part.
Which is one of the reasons why I stopped going. It's like, I don't need this shit.
For sure.
We are constantly trying to push, even the kids that are not playing athletics, we're constantly pushing kids to go to college, and some of them don't want to go.
Yeah.
They just aren't college material, so there's other things that they can be doing.
Exactly. Just no understanding the options.
Yeah.
You understand?
So I know Illinois, they got that Illinois mediated school.
Yeah, for sure.
I can do that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how legit that shit is, but I think it's pretty legit.
I think it's legit. I mean, you work it. I mean, at the same, it's a pretty solid foundation as far as like what programs to use. You know, I think with the educational aspect of it, from what I've learned from just troubleshooting on the fly and learning what I learned in a classroom setting, it's just the technical aspect of it. You know what I'm saying?
So the most important thing that you said out of all of that, which everything was important, well, what I latched on to when you said is the educational part of it.
Yeah.
Is like one thing that you can never do, y'all, kids, I'm talking to the kids. The adults already know this shit. And they probably are trying to tell y'all this in so many different ways. And it's weird that I'll tell Xavier something, and then Parham will tell him the same thing without knowing I told him that, and he'll listen to Parham and not to me.
Yeah.
Right? So let this be this for y'all. Your dad or your mom or your guardian probably already said this to you already. And if you ain't listening to them because it's like, oh, mom and dad don't know what they're talking about. Like, I'm going to say pretty much what they've already said. You can never have enough education.
No. Remain a student. Always remain a student. Always remain a student.
And so, that's my thing. Just because I'm never in the classroom, I'm always learning stuff.
You know
what I'm saying? I learn stuff from everybody. Like, even the last couple of days, just watching Ziggy. Like, he's 6.
Yeah.
And I'm just learning his mannerisms and the things he is. One of the things I'm learning is not just his mannerisms, but things that he's like picking up on, like things I want him to clean up on, like I don't like that he's saying or doing that. And things that is like, you know what? Oh, let's kind of like expand on that. Like your development, the receivement of your development of school and just things that you're doing, I think is pretty dope. So education, you can never have enough education.
Always got to remain a student.
In the classroom or you
always
walking
remain
down
a
the damn
student.
street. So
remain a student.
I know your mom and dad or your grandmom or your granddad is telling y'all this shit. So I'm saying it too. Like, always be willing to learn. Always be willing to be receptive to learning, and always be open. Like, receptive and being open is the same thing, but always be receptive and open to learning new stuff. Like, you cannot. You should be learning until the day you die.
Indeed.
Literally.
No, it's a saying that the moment you stop learning is the day you do die.
That should be the case.
Yeah. The moment you stop learning is the moment you die. This is what I'm also learning about Xavier. When he comes home from school, I'm learning he has now different mannerisms. Yeah. He's receiving information from Celeste and I differently. Not only is he receiving it, this is the most important part about y'all going to college. It's no longer receiving the information, it's retaining. For sure.
It's retaining the information.
For sure.
Right? So the learning part, right? You always want to learn until the day you die. You should be retaining.
And using it. Retaining and using it.
So Xavier, I'm noticing that Xavier is at the retention stage. He's retaining a lot of the shit that we have said and the stuff that we're saying. Something so simple.
Yeah.
Something so simple. The last 3 times Xavier has come home, actually been more than this, but this is the last 3 times that I've actually noticed. Every time he has left the house for any reason, whether it's to go see his little lady friend, to go chill with his homies, or to go back to school. Dad, you want me to take the trash out? He's acting.
Very responsible.
I didn't have to tell him.
Very responsible.
I didn't have to tell him to take the trash out.
Yeah.
Up to and including last night when he left at 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. He had a 2.5-hour drive. There was the only reason why I didn't tell him. I said, no, I'll take it out, which I did on my way here today.
Yeah, okay.
They was back there shooting.
For sure.
I said, no, I don't want you back there. Just go on back to school.
Yeah.
I'll take it out in the morning. Well, it ended up being tonight, but I'll take it out.
Yeah.
So it's the retention.
Yeah.
So I before I just wanted to kind of like, say that before we go. I feel like
it's important.
I'm at a stage now where I just want to kind of better what we're doing, and the only way to better what we're doing is to better myself.
Yeah.
Likewise,
I'm feeling the same way. To see from our initial conversation about the actual show and having an idea of where it could go and telling you and you like, yeah, we're gonna just try it out. And I'm like, no, niggas gonna be crazy. You're like, yeah, no, it's gonna try out. I'm like, I just watch. You know what I'm saying? And with you having the relationships that you have and us just being transparent with each other to say what your idea is, I'm gonna try this. You know what I'm saying? Not ain't no big guys doing using. We a whole team out here doing what we gotta do. And understanding that, and then seeing where we're at now.
6 months.
In 6 months, it's like, oh shit.
Who just reminded us about that? Well, you've been reminding
I've been saying it. I stay saying it.
Who was that said that?
Well, we at Carbondale when that happened.
Was it Carbondale in 6 months? Well, we've done this in 6
months. Dan said that. Yeah. So, but like, not understanding that and seeing what we just were able to accomplish in this short amount of time and the amount of hustle and work ethic we put into it, because it wasn't like it was never a no. It was like somebody wanted us to be here. All right, we're gonna figure it out. Somebody wants to be helped. All right, we're gonna figure it out. You know what I'm
Everybody who
saying?
has asked us to come to something,
We showed up.
We've showed up. We
showed up. We figured it out.
We figured it out. And we doing that. We're gonna do that for Butler. We're gonna do that for Hansberry.
Yeah.
Tech,
Yeah, because we always it's a few people that we couldn't get before the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's some people on that list that we got to take care of and do good about our word. But what I want to see us in the next coming year is, like you always stress, the level of quality of certain things, right? So that's
I've been real anal
that's gonna change. You know what I'm saying? Bringing new members onto the team. You know what I'm saying? So the workflow is easier. So when it comes time to us doing more live streams of episodes, live streams of basketball games, in game interviews, highlights. Look, y'all, we taking it to another level. I don't think y'all, and events, I don't think y'all understand what we have planned and what we realize what we're into, and just being service of the community.
That's exactly what we are.
And that's it.
We are of service to the basketball community.
Yeah, we're at service, man. Yours in service for sure.
One of my favorite interviews that we did, right? Like all of them has been favorite, but and it was my favorite because it was an on-the-fly thought idea. It was when we was in Carbondale. And I watched that referee stop them
for sure.
So, and everybody knows how I feel about referees.
Yeah.
Right. First of all, I hate fat referees. Like I hate them. Like if you fat and you reffing, I hate you.
Y'all should check. I gotta figure out what game it is, but I'm gonna make sure we put out a tweet when you and Joe was going crazy on the refs, bro. Oh my God, comedy show.
I hate you. I cannot stand you because you very rarely come across half court. You always calling fouls when you're not even the person who should be calling the foul because your fat ass is out of position, right? Or like you I hate you. I hate you. And I mean it from the bottom of my fucking heart. I hate you.
Happy New Year, refs. Hit the gym.
The other refs I don't like.
Hit the gym, G.
Is refs who think that they are more than the game. Hey Ziggy. I don't like refs who won't take a minute to not so much explain, but if a kid doesn't understand, you call a foul on the kid, which may or may not be a foul.
Facts.
May or may not be. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. May or may not be. Maybe, may not be. But if the kid seems to be thoroughly confused because of the way that he's defending, which was probably taught to him, take a minute to explain why you called that foul. Like I hate refs that always just be in their bag. But so my point to going off now on refs is that I was in Carbondale. I watched this referee call a foul. I think it actually was a foul.
It was.
And the two kids was they was talking, and he had already warned them in previous trips. Now, this has happened to Xavier a few times, which I love refs that do this, is that they'll take a minute, like they'll let it go on, and then they can sense it, and they tell them to chill. Now, when they warn you, and you still do it,
hey, you gotta go come with that. Yeah, you know what come with that.
On the other side of that a lot of times. Yeah. But this ref watched these two kids, they was going at it, and he warned them a couple times, and then they went at it again. He called a foul, and then he and it was their best player, the dude that was hitting off.
Facts.
He told the kid, he pulled the kid I watched him pull the kid to the side and talk to him, and said, I want to know so bad what he said to him because I can sense that it was one of those like just calm down a little bit, like whatever. I caught him coming out of halftime, and I asked him, "Can I interview you?" And he said, "Yeah." And I asked him what he said to that kid, and he gave a phenomenal answer, which is on the page. So after y'all done, scroll down. I'll put it in the story. And he was like, I just told them like they don't want to see me play. The people are not here to see me. They're here to see you.
Yeah.
I don't want to give you a tech. I don't want to kick you out the game. I want you to be respectful. I want you to be understanding. I want you to just play the game.
Yeah. That's
I
it.
feel like all refs should be like that.
That's it.
I feel like all refs should be like that. But you fat motherfuckers. All y'all doing is getting that
Lord have mercy.
$50 to get fucking Wingstop or Popeyes. Get the fuck out. Y'all in the fucking way.
It should be probably mandatory for them to have like a.
It should be.
Yeah, because Buddy was cut. Buddy that you interviewed at he was cut. He was cut.
And I feel like I don't want to put this stigma out there because I don't know if it's all CPS refs.
Bro, you gotta chill. Because if you go in there, you gotta chill.
We
gotta chill.
I can feel it.
Yeah, you gotta chill. Yeah, because this live. This
I'm definitely about to go off.
Yeah, man, you gotta chill.
I deal with that in my basketball. Yeah, people know.
No, you know what though? We should do. We should just get some refs out here. We've been trying to get ref. We actually had try to get a ref on here.
Not if they not. What up, free bands, young fella? We gonna try to come see you next week. I'll have refs on here, but only if they serious about receiving the criticism and critique, and also only if they're receptive.
Look, man.
And the only ref that I know that would do that, the only ref I know that would be that in all seriousness, and me and him, we go fucking at it.
I know you're talking about. It's Prem. Yeah.
He's the only one I think will come on here and would really be receptive and be open to a true dialogue. All the other ones,
you know what though?
I don't think so because they.
I agree
cops.
with you.
They like cops, bro.
Yeah, because you know what? Because I see how you and Prem go back and forth.
And
it is general.
We talk more behind the scenes than we do on the thing.
Okay.
On Facebook.
Okay.
Like we talk but he's the only one that I feel, and he an asshole. Like he don't know everything, but I feel that he would be the only one that would be open to the dialogue that's necessary.
Okay.
But the rest of them, they all think they know what they're talking about. They all think they're never wrong. They all think that the parents or the coaches or this. And it's like, no, y'all don't fucking. Why do they think it's over with? I'm in the hole. I'm in the red hole.
You're gone.
I'm in the red hole.
You're gone. It's
why
all right.
do referees think that they the only ones that know the game? Like nobody else read the rules of basketball.
Man,
why do they think that?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Oh God! All right, I'm out. All right, let's go. Cause now.
Yeah, we
Both of them don't. They only get their fucking Popeyes or Wingstop money. Fat mother. All right, let's close up. Let's close up. Let me give some shout outs real quick. Let me give my shout outs real quick. And I actually wrote it down so I don't forget the one. All right. First off, as always, I want to shout out Tyree Booker and Numerex and Derek Ellison. These two guys have been very instrumental in the entire inception of the Xposure Runs platform. So I'm always going to shout them out, even though Tyree tells me to stop. I'm never going to stop. All right. Shout out to SVI.
Shout out to SVI.
All right. The apparel, the sponsor, they are our first official sponsor. Shout out to Anthony and Grant Leach. They are very supportive of everything that we're doing. We still got hoodies. You see Bo hoodie. We still got hoodies for sale. Now, this is my son hoodie. All right. They didn't make this, but still. My wife got this made. And the design is made by my guy.
Hats and shit.
Yeah, we got Scullies. We got sweatsuits. We got hoodies, individual hoodies. We got sweatsuits with the hoodie, or we got sweatsuits with the zip up. All right, so support the brand. Definitely want to. Two guys we met recently that I feel like was very instrumental in a lot of what we're doing is Joe Hillsman and Dan Cross. I've never met a high school play-by-play guy. I've never met a play-by-play guy, period. But Joe was very like his style and his energy and his expertise as it came to calling them games was something
masterful.
I've never seen.
Masterful.
I've never seen anything like it. So he definitely got a supporter and a friend in us. And shout out to Dan for giving us the opportunity to come down to the Carbondale Classic. That was phenomenal. And of course, I definitely want to give a shout out to.
Hold on, man.
The mic ain't working.
My joint died.
Oh, died.
Your died.
Oh, mine died.
It's picking up. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Picking me up. Bad you.
Oh, okay.
So I can't have. I play the background.
I know it's all good. So we can put it right here. We can put it right here.
Oh yeah, that works.
That works. All right. So did it pick me up? Giving out the. Is it pick me up? Shouting out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I heard you coming through mine. It just sounded like you was in the background.
Oh no, it's all good. So yeah. So Tyree, Derek, SVI, Joe Hillsman, Dan Cross. Of course, a shout out to my wife Celeste, my son Ziggy, Zayden, my son Xavier Zay. Shout out to you.
Shout out to you.
Shout out to you. Shout out to your wife too. Right?
No, shout out to Shannon.
And
Shannon,
your children.
my kids, Shane, Raina, Rihanna, Rainbow. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all for y'all support during this time, because every time y'all looking to be with Daddy's on his laptop, trying to make it work, make it happen. So I really appreciate y'all.
What's your baby daughter name? Rainbow? That's the one that do the cheerleading?
Yeah.
We got to get her in the squad on the joint, bro.
Man, all right, Boss Nation, what's up, Elaine? Come on now, what's up now? You done heard it. We
gotta show love to the cheerleaders now.
Let's go. They part of the game.
Yeah, they part of the game. They part of the game. So why not start with them and work our way up?
Let's go.
All right, we're gonna get some more
nationals. They won nationals.
Oh, they did win.
Yeah, they won nationals.
Congratulations to them. Shout out to your baby.
They do their thing.
The last thing I want to, the last two people I want to shout out. First, I want to shout out Ryan Foran, who is the co-founder of the Chi-Town Showcase and the Unsigned Senior Showcase that we get ready to have on March 30th. We're going to be inviting 25 to 30 of the top unsigned seniors. We're going to invite over 100 college coaches. We'll see how many show up. Yep. We're going to have David Williams. We're going to have Sam Franklin and one or two other trainers there, putting them through some drills. Yep. And they'll have an opportunity for college coaches to see them, to get some additional scholarship opportunities, scholarship offer opportunities. So we got that coming up. But then also, this is something that I think is really important. And what I'm noticing is that I feel like we are not the reason, but we are playing that neutral part of bridging the gap of, there's a slew, like matter of fact, not a slew. Let me take that word back. And my wife is going to laugh, because this is a word that we tease her mom about. There is a plethora.
Yes, plethora.
Of bloggers, videographers, and photographers that make up or that play a huge role in the Chicago basketball culture.
Indeed.
There's way too many to name.
Way too many.
All right. So shout out with the one that's pretty much, he's like way above everybody. Yeah. So that's YB, like Young Baller TV. Shout out to him. Yeah, all right. Sure. Like he's doing his thing. He has been doing his thing for quite some time. He has grown his platform at a rapid pace, at a phenomenal level. And if I'm being honest, like, sometimes, we got our thing.
We be in the same places.
Yeah.
We be in the same places. We see, buddy. Yeah.
And he's always supportive. I'm always supportive of him. We may not see eye to eye on a lot of things, but I support everything. I support everything that he's doing. The kids love him.
Yeah.
They love him. Yeah. So shout out to him. Shout out to AR. Shout out to one of my personal favorites. Actually, three of them. It's my guy Cortez and Alex. Okay. They've been with me since the beginning.
Okay.
And then shout out to my guy Dylan of what's his creative DL. I forget the name of his platform, but Dylan. But you got AR. You got Hoops Vibes. You got it's so many. It's a lot. It's a lot of them. It's a lot of them. So I want to end this live and this wrap up with, thanking all of y'all for supporting our platform, for thanking all of y'all for adding every ounce of value that you add to the culture of Chicago basketball, or just basketball in general. Yeah. And then to these kids, they really look up to y'all. And they really fuck with y'all platforms, and y'all really are providing them opportunities to be seen. So kids, when y'all are hiring them or they're providing y'all content for free, tag them.
Shout them out.
Fucking tag them. Tag them, because
partner with them on the real.
Partner with them. Basketball is about networking. Networking. And that's what my events are about. It's a networking event where we're playing basketball. So shout out to every single last one of you bloggers, videographers, and photographers. Shout out to all of y'all.
All of y'all.
Kizo,
female, let's go.
I want you to come up and be on this podcast, bro. I see you. Please come join us. We ran into Chase the other day. He gonna come up. I want Kizo up here. I want Sean up here from Julian, the Doherty. Yeah. I want him up here. It's a lot of legends that we ain't talked to yet.
Yeah. And looking forward to it.
We coming to get y'all. We coming to get y'all. So
I'm looking forward to it. I want to send out a shout out to everybody who's hired AGM Plus, did their live streaming. Shout out my boy Move for consistently shouting out the services that we can provide. The service that we can provide at an expert level. And it's only going to get better. So we really appreciate you all taking the time to even inquire, hire, and support. For those who are watching, I see who's watching everything on AGM Plus. So whether it be Xposure Runs, AGM Courtside, the Speak Life podcast, even Sunday service at Leap of Faith Ministries, I see everybody who's watching. So I really appreciate the support, the feedback. Man, it's gonna be a great year, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, 2024 is gonna be out, bro.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. So on that note, Happy New Year again to everybody.
Everybody.
And we got big shit coming for y'all in the new year. So stay tuned. Please keep supporting. Please keep supporting. Please keep supporting. Please keep supporting. We'll check y'all on the next episode.